Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Women of Impact. I'm here today with one of the amazing women who I really inspire by, and she is Hedi Navazan, and she is the CCO of One Inch. And we're so excited to have this opportunity to speak with her and get to know her more and understand her journey into crypto compliance. So, Hedy, thank you so much for your time and for being here with us to have this conversation.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan, for having me today. And absolutely happy to be here and share some part of my journey with your listeners. Yeah, as mentioned, I'm currently serving as the Chief Compliance Officer of One Inch, one of the biggest DEX aggregators. I always say it's a unicorn of DeFi. And in my current role, I oversee the compliance, regulation, security measures, making sure the users are protected, especially in this fast evolving world of crypto. And on top of that, I'm also chairing the vice as the vice chair of Digital Asset Task Force. It's a think tank fostering public-private partnership. We have public organizations as the members, competent authorities, agencies, but also private sector. In fact, we are having session summit I've been organizing in end of March at Interpol headquarters. This is part of those type of activities which we welcome experts from private sector active in the crypto scene and of course the public agencies. We get together and share the intelligence. That's something that I do next to my current role as the CCO of One Inch. Yeah.
That's fantastic. You must be totally busy. So I'm so excited that we have this opportunity to speak with you and spend some time with you because I'm sure that a lot of women in this space would like to get to know. You're such a young person and it's such an inspiring journey that, you have throughout. And I just wanted to learn more on what made you or what inspired you, to start having a career in crypto? Was that just by a design, or was that your interest, or just it happened?
Thank you, and all the good words back to you yourself. I mean, you've been very inspiring for a lot of women in this space, especially as a woman entrepreneur. I think I have a high respect, I have to say. And yeah, so crypto journey for me, it was never an accident. It was all about the timing. To be honest, I've been monitoring the market for years. Since we had the wild west of crypto, let's say 2010, 2012, and I was looking for the right moment to step in. It was just not like a hype or an aha moment. Oh yeah, crypto now. No, it was for me. It was more of where and when I can bring an impact as for the industry, when actually would be the timing that the industry would need regulation or even compliance becomes a requirement, and how can I shape that space. And I've been working across a financial ecosystem, from law firms to boutique consultancies, advising central banks on and working in hands comprehensive investigative matters, and setting up compliance departments for the fintech companies. We had a PSD2 regulation out. Those ages that of course, we had financial services and technology, and fintech was the evolution. I understand how the policy can be shaped, but not only enforced. And when I joined a couple of years back, I worked for HSBC. I also saw how things could go with multinational institutions, how things can go wrong, but also how things can go right. And I think with crypto, the space was immature, I have to say, and it was gradually shaping, and the regulation now, was looming, and
Hmm.
that was the time that I thought it's the right time to step in. Regulation is not there, but there is a need for it. There is a need for a framework, and just not to navigate compliance, but to help define it.
Hmm.
And yeah, and guess what? So I joined Crystal Blockchain Analytics. That was how I started my journey within crypto after HSBC when I departed. And I would say, guess what? Because soon enough, I thought crypto alone is not enough for me. I got pretty much bored after the good regulation of MiCA. We had introduced, especially targeting virtual asset service providers, central exchanges. Then they became like a TradFi of crypto for me, and I thought, okay, guys, I'm done with this. I understand the space, and we did our job. I need a bigger challenge. And then I thought, yeah, the challenge is with DeFi. So I want to move to the DeFi, and that's where I am at the moment with 1inch. Yeah.
That's fantastic. What a journey. You have been, I remember I met you a couple of years ago. Maybe, yeah, I think when you were still at Crystal. And I remember that how much you had a passion in terms of, educating everyone on um, compliance, on crypto, and you have been spending a lot of time on talking with a lot of people about it. And I remember, like the passion in your eyes when I was talking to you and you were talking about, like how exciting the area is and how passionate you are, in terms of um being in the space and growing into the space. So well done to you.
Yeah, thanks, Susan. Indeed, those times. Actually, as a matter of the fact, education and trainings and knowledge sharing has a place in my heart. In every doesn't matter, every company I join, they immediately I think realize that I have this passion of I'm passionate about educating others. So that's something I do beyond my professional career role, whether it's I often take roles as a lecturer at universities, or I do as an honorary lecturer. I give trainings to financial intelligence unit, Egmont Group, with central banks and different national competent authorities, bringing the trends and also emerging threats in the crypto space. This is something rewarding for me.
Mhm.
And I think that is just something I'm very passionate about, and I believe by knowledge sharing is the key. Education is the key. In especially in crypto space, we always say do your own research. That's a saying in the crypto. And yes, do your own research, but also experts should be here available for the community to share as much as knowledge we have, and sharing it with the bigger audience. I think that is rewarding. And indeed, yes, this is my passion.
That's fantastic. Love to see that, you have so passion and you're so passionate about educating others because that is something that I'm really passionate about, and this is something that I think that, we both can resonate well with each other. Speaking about training, speaking about, being on some of the big stages, I have been seeing you being in Davos and being on other stages of world economics, and even, speaking with Egmont for Egmont Group and all. Tell me about your speaking journey. I know that a lot of women in our space are scared of being on stage, speaking specifically to a group of people, and it's And it's something that, I have been talking to many of the women, and sometimes I had to even, push them to be on the stage and be on the panels or speak, specifically when we are having our conferences or events. So, so I see that, quite often that is happening, with women, but I don't have this problem with men. When I ask them, to be on the stage, and they're like, "Yes, we are on," but when the women comes in, they hesitant and they are thinking twice, and they're like, "No, this is not my subject matter. Maybe we can come, on the second one." And I have to sometimes, push them into, "You're the expert, you know it well. You're gonna be on my stage." So, I want to learn from you, and I'm sure that, our audience would love to learn from you as well. That tell us your secret on being confident on the stage, talking to all these amazing people in front. And such a young person that you are, it's really inspiring for me, to get your thoughts on how did you build that, and you became like one of the greatest speakers on the stage.
No, absolutely, Susan. And I mean, I love public speaking, I have to say, and I think I'm pretty good at it. But honestly, I think it's because I genuinely care about people. And it has been in me always since my childhood. At school, they always asked me to do, at that age, keynote speeches, opening the ceremonies, and present in front of the whole school or on different official occasions. And I loved it. And and at this stage of my career that I am, I mean, I connect with people. I listen to their stories, and that helps me engage with the audience in a real authentic way. And I think people notice that there was many experiences I have, but I even recall that there was a panel I was invited as the moderator that time at the government of Slovenia, the Bled Strategic Forum, which is a very official forum. And yeah, but very senior high profiles ministers they were attending. And I had prepared for that panel as a moderator, but on spot, they came to me in the morning and they said, look, uh, don't you mind if you can open the session, be the opening, give an opening note for the ceremony? And I only had 5 minutes before, and the room was full. And I thought, okay, let me get a breath, a little bit of a, it was not planned. And I had a different session, which was anyways happening, but they just said it was the Mr. Ambassador asking me, and I was honored. I have to say that was quite a spotlight in my the times that I have been at the stage, but I was not prepared for that. And
Yeah.
but how it went was I just remember I just went to the balcony to get some fresh air and put my mind in a right shape, and to go to open the ceremony. But they just gave me some names and family names that in different languages that you need to practice before if you don't pronounce them even well, like it's and on spot you only have 5 minutes, and the room was more than 150 people sitting at least. And um and and nevertheless, I mean, I was honored, and I opened the ceremony, and then I had the panel, which I was moderating, which that I had planned for it. But after that, the panelists and the people, and also Mr. Ambassador and the government of the Slovenia, they came specifically to me and they said, we very much liked how you moderated the panel. And the panelists, they said, yeah, you cared about, you cared. Yes, I do care about people. And I think
Yeah.
once you are genuine in what you do, and you care about people, you care about their stories, you respect them, I think people notice it, and the audience notice it too, because you are passionate about it, and you make the eye contacts, you're vocal, and it's very, I think, visible. But it has a flip side to that. Yeah, you get to meet amazing people, and you absorb all that positive energy. But when you are a people-oriented person, you also open yourself up to getting hurt sometimes. And it's a balance, yeah. So it's, I think, and you mentioned about women and women in general. I think, in my experience, especially even from a career perspective, I've been working in the banking sector. I was also often at the boardrooms. I've been the only woman in the room, and sometimes even the only woman on the stage. And still, something I face, especially in the tech companies, leadership teams, the presence of female colleagues are very minor. And it's just a funny story, because you mentioned about the women presence and the confidence. In the other day in a C-level meeting, our chairman was suggesting a team building activity for all the C-levels. We are just six of us at the board. And he said, yeah, all right, guys, let's play soccer next time we get together. I raised my hand and I said, guys, with all respect, I know I'm the only woman sitting here at this level, but can we please think of a more diverse activity? I don't play soccer. Yeah, but these are the moments uh, like that you realize the difference in the representation. I was not even thinking that I'm the only woman sitting there. Yeah. But once these type of suggestions come, that is not women friendly, you're like, yes, because they are not used to have women around them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, I also look at it a bit differently, that you should not be promoted to put on a stage or at the boardrooms just because you are a woman. I'm very much not in favor of that thought. I think you should be there because of your merit and your skills. Not big fan of diversity programs that push for appointments of senior leadership solely because of the gender. Okay, let's put a woman as our CEO. Yeah. And what is that in the agenda? Like we need to have merit-based appointments. And I do think if what is important is empowering the women around me. If we do not support one another, who will support us, right? So the women empowerment is a key for all of us, and it's
Mhm.
all about lifting each other up. And I think that is instrumental. Also, talking about women and confidence, Suzanne, is that, well, there are many studies on that. But it's so true. For example, women applying for jobs, if they see in the requirements, out of 7 requirements, there are 2 requirements in the job application that they do not match, they won't apply. They think it's not for me, or I'm not a suitable person. And men, they do apply. Even out of 7, maybe 6 of the requirements don't match their profile, they still apply. Yeah. So that is, I think, something a bit more deeper conversation about that there are differences, especially in a career journey, when we see the women representation in various stages of a working environment. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I can totally agree with you on so many levels of what you mentioned. First of all, um, being on the stage and, like had to, prepare yourself, immediately. I remember that we had our conference and I had to prepare like I organized the conference and everything has been prepared. Everything, we have done it, but I didn't have my speech ready. And I organized the whole, big conference for 220 people. And the only thing that was left, it was my speech. And I was terrified. And that was like 5 minutes before. And then my team pulled me aside, like, "Are you ready for your speech?" And I'm like, "I haven't written it." And they're like, "Are you kidding us?" It's like, I'm not, I think I know what I want to say, but I don't think that I have written it, and I have no idea. Everything is on my mind, but I don't know even. And they're like, "You're gonna go in front of 220 people. What are you gonna say?" And so I had 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, because I was worried about, tiny things on the tables, the lanyards, the name tags. I was worried about everything else except my speech. And I just had 5 minutes, to improvise and figure out what I'm gonna say on the stage in front of all those people who are coming. And I just like closed my eyes, just went in my heart. And I said, what do I want really from my heart to people, here? And that's how I created that within 5 minutes. And I just went upstairs and just had like that 5 minutes to myself, just write down like the three things that I wanted them to hear. And I just just wrote them. So I totally get that, when you would be on the spotlight and when you have to improvise in some situations, it would be terrifying, but at the same time, it's like it's something unique that you have to experience to just if I had more than 9 months to prepare myself for that speech, and I didn't do anything, and I just did it in 5 minutes. So yes, I think that having that short time, it just like blew everything's out of proportion and let me focus more on what I'm gonna say. But yeah, thank you for sharing those lovely experiences and what you have learned as well in your career about this. And I know that you have mentioned some amazing things that, like your board need to understand that, you're the only female, on the team, on the C level. And that is really a good reminder for all these leaders, to really understand that you are there, and it's just, like it shows that how their thought process is not yet attuned to having more leaders on the C level. What are your thoughts about that? How can we have more women on the leadership positions and having them, lead companies that are, let's say, unicorn, as what you have also said at the beginning of your talk.
Um, yes. Well, I think as a women in leadership positions, I don't it's difficult, yeah. So I think overall I have a belief that the corporate world has been set up for men, and everything around it, it's not women friendly, yeah. And it's also there is no secret that women work 2 times more than the men, but men
Yeah.
get more promotion and salary increases than women. So these are not the cliche. This is the reality. Yeah, and but I also like to put some maybe light, shed some lights for that. There is another big thing is that don't wait for salary. For example, when it's about salary increases, it's the same about promotions, sitting in the leadership teams. Well, don't wait for that. No one is coming to asking you, do you want to increase your salary or do you like to get promoted? No one is coming asking you. Yeah. It doesn't come to you. You should go ask for it. You should go fight for it. And this is something that a lot of women don't do. And they don't talk about money, for example. But the reality is, the male colleagues, they often earn maybe 1.2 times for the same role, same position, same quality of skills. And the reason is because men typically ask for more. And so you should not be afraid to ask for what you are worth. And it's the same with the leadership position. I think something I have to say, there is a little bit of a difference, and I'm very open and transparent about it, is that what I see often, my male colleagues, they team up, they support each other. Yeah. So if your next colleague, if their next colleague becomes a lead, they don't find it a bad thing. They're actually happy, and they will make use of it, of that context. Yeah. And they work it out together. It's not like they compete against one another. But in women environment, I have to say I have had bad experiences. Yeah. I was not supported by my own female leadership. Yeah. So this is something, it's instrumental as well. Often in this world, sometimes the blame goes to the male leadership, why they don't have much diversity. But I think it is crucial that women empower one another. And this is something that is instrumental. If you have your female colleague in a leadership, um, they should be open to lift each other's up. And it's the same between you and me. And we have a good network of smart, talented women in crypto scene. And this network, this is like my support network. We share a lot with one another. There is an opportunity we share with one each other. We empower, we applaud, and this is important. I have been in opposite situation too. I have been in a leadership team before, and yeah, the female colleagues were waiting for me to step down to jump for the position. But that's not how it's going to help you to grow in your career. Yeah, because you should always think about how best you can also network and support and empower one another. This is the also a key to growth. And I think that is something that overall all the women in the space, we have to work on it, and be very open on lifting one another and empower. Empowerment is a key.
I can't agree more. I feel that we should have more stronger bonding with each other as women. And I totally agree with you, unfortunately. And that is a fact that we see a lot of women in not only in the compliance world, but on the other stages as well, that they are not supportive of one another. And I feel that, we need to be better. We need to be better for our next generation even, and support one another so that our next generation can learn that. um, I also see that, we have other male colleagues that they are very supportive of one another. They have a better friendship than many of the women, and we would have more male allies than having women allies. And I feel that that is something that we really need to work with each other, um, to figure out that, we need to lift each other up because there is no one else. We're working more and more. We have to support each other. Otherwise, like that cannot work like this.
100%. 100%. Yes. I think,
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic. Such a great conversation, and I'm really appreciative of you, being very transparent and sharing everything with us. Um, Tell us how you are. Every time I see you, you have a beautiful smile on your face. You're always staying positive, and And that really is inspiring for many because I feel that, we are in we always, get to a point that, um, there are a lot of negativities, there are a lot of, like stress in our work, but still, we keep on being positive and having a positive mindset. And I would like to hear your thought as, someone who is in a C-level position. How do you keep on being positive and staying positive and also, be a role model for a lot of other leaders?
The reality is, I have to remind myself always that, look, I've been in a lot of stressful moments in life, career life, personal matters as well, but I have to remind myself that, and we all, that life is short, yeah, and it's really important to enjoy the moments, yeah, you have. It's easy to say, it's difficult to do, yeah, and it can be tough. It definitely, I think, both the career journey and the life overall has its own ups and downs. And I have faced my fair share of challenges. Honestly, I don't think I've ever. Sometimes I think about it, and yeah, people reach out. They say, "Oh, how successful you are all over the world." And and when I sit by myself and I think about it, I don't think I've ever achieved anything in my life by chance or by luck. It's never been easy, and even on the tough days, I was reminded that there are still beautiful people out there who care about you, and amazing things can still happen. And by beautiful people, I mean, if you're in your career journey and you have to, of course, keep that spirit up, build up a support group for yourself. Yeah, that support group matters a lot, and that's what I was mentioning. It's a networking, but also it's a support group, because sometimes you have some such tough times in your job, or overall, the if you look at the professional life, you share your challenges emotionally, and your support group respond back that they also face similar, and
Mhm,
or even worse, and you're like, for a moment you're like, I'm not the only one. Yeah.
mhm,
They also in their jobs have difficult times. Yeah, they're also dealing with difficult colleagues or difficult matters, and you're not the only one. Once you
mhm,
share your problems, and it's an open, transparent, secure, safe space, and that, I think, that helps. And in real life it's the same. When you have a support group of good people who are there for you, when you share your problems, you know that you are not the only one dealing with life problems. Yeah, and I think it's very, I think, rewarding, even little things like giving someone a compliment. I do that a lot at my job. Yeah.
mhm,
Someone does a good job. It's not even in my team. In over stand-up meetings or general company meetings, I take the mic. I say I want to compliment the person for what they did. We really appreciate that. I think appreciation is a key. It's rewarding, but also gives me, it's kind of a connection. It's also rewarding for me. The reward comes back to me, and the fact that I made someone's day a
mhm,
good day, I think it's very important. It's all about staying open to the goodness around you, even in hard times. So I think that has been a key for me overall on a personal level, but also on a professional level, to keep that positive mindset. But it's not always there. Yeah. So this a smile is not always there. Yeah.
I hope that it would always remain. So that is my hope and wish for you. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. It's definitely not easy to stay positive, definitely on the hard times, but yes, having a supportive group who would cheer you, who would be there for you. There's always great, to have them around us to keep on being positive, to keep on, remembering that, there are people who we should be grateful for being, and there are a lot of great things around us, to be grateful of. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that. I would like to, I'm sure that this is something that, a lot of people want to learn from you, would be that if they want to start their journey in crypto compliance and they're totally new into it, what would you suggest them, to do at the first? What are the steps that, you recommend if there is a young female from professional that, wants to do that, or even a male professional, it doesn't really matter, that they wanted to start their career, what would be the best advice that you would tell them in terms of, like educating themselves or, preparing themselves into having a career in the crypto compliance?
Mm, sure. Yeah. So build that network. I have to say, I'm emphasizing a lot on that because crypto community is small, especially in the compliance scenes, and there's a lot of good knowledge that you can learn from others, and you will find some amazing role models who can guide you along the way. In fact, people in real leadership positions, they very much are open for mentoring, sharing the knowledge, and with the junior or newcomers to the scene. So I think that is always rewarding, anyways, on a personal level for people. So don't be afraid, and you can just reach out if you need some guidance, advice, mentorships, or and there are amazing people who can support you, yeah, along the way. And generally, crypto and tech is still a very male dominated field. So if you are a woman, and you have to be ready for that, but don't let it hold you back, and
Mhm.
be confident and take every opportunity to learn, and don't be afraid to curve your own path. There is a space for you to shine, and it's all about, I think, surrounding yourself with a strong supportive community.
Fantastic. Would you recommend people to get into tech first and learn about the technology first and then the compliance side, or would you recommend them to learn about the compliance side and then learn about the tech?
It comes hand in hand, I have to say. Yeah. So, in generally speaking, I think tech companies do need people with robust compliance experience, that they understand how that is a gap in the tech. Yeah. So they do need to have good knowledgeable people joining the tech firms, because this is the gap they have. The tech companies gap is not on technical aspect. They have the best brain in developers, programmers, coders, yeah. But is the gap from for the tech companies is to get talented people with a robust background in compliance, understanding regulation. But if you only have a TradFi mindset, it won't be a match. Soon you have to leave, because you have to understand and the technical aspect of it. So 100%, I would say it comes hand in hand. You have to have a basic knowledge of blockchain, at least, and understanding how transactions are up and running on chain. And this is the key basic knowledge if you are looking for a crypto compliance role in this space. And yeah, as I said, don't be afraid, because you would learn by during the job. Yeah, you can always learn during the job, but I think what is the key is the motivation. So when even I'm hiring for my team, if it's not for a senior seasoned role, I really care about the motivation, that the person has is taking initiative, yeah, is motivated, because once the motivation is there, they can learn anything. And I think that that is what I would say. Go and follow what you are motivated for, and you need to have a balance between compliance and tech if you are stepping in crypto compliance scene. Yeah.
Yeah, I can I can totally resonate with you, and I can totally understand that, where you're coming from, because every time that I want to hire for other crypto compliance, roles, um, every time I talk to, the people who are the hiring manager, they say exactly the same thing, that, we want to make sure that the person is passionate enough, love the industry, have done some, study for themselves, they can show us, that how they love to be in the space with, and kind of, express to us that, we want to be in there. Because many of the people who, when I speak with them, they are saying that, oh, we are gonna do the learning and we're gonna do the certificates, or, like sign up for this course or that course or learn about it when we get the job, which is the other way around. But yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I love that, you're expanding your team and you're growing your team. That is really good. I just want to get the last kind of piece of advice that you could share with our audience, that I want you to left with them, and share your insight and last advice for them.
Sure. I would say always be the real you. Never change your character, your appearance, the way you look. Be authentic and true to who you are, because that's what will make you stand out in the long run. And I just can, I have had the experience earlier in my career. There were occasions PR agency we worked with asking me to wear a suit or change the color of my clothes, or for an interview with CNN, Bloomberg, and to be taken serious. And I was like, wait a minute, this is not me. This is who I am, and I'm not going to change myself or how I would look. If they care about your expertise and insights, well, we can do the interview. If not, I'm out. Yeah. So I think your real authentic you is what matters and what stays with people. So always be the real you. Yeah.
Fantastic. And thank you so much for being that person, being your authentic self throughout this conversation. I really enjoyed speaking with you and get a lot of insight and a lot of information from you, which I know that you are going to inspire many, many people who are going to listen to this episode. Thank you so much, Hedi. I really appreciate your time, and it was lovely speaking with you.
Thank you, Suzanne, for having me. And this is too kind. I mean, I hope people get inspired every day by beautiful people out there in this planet. But thank you very much again for having me, and thank you always for taking the lead, empowering your female colleagues. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. My absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, Eddie. And thank you everyone for listening in.